Blake Lively has spent years crafting her image, America's sweetheart, the devoted wife, and the loving mother. But after the drama that unfolded months ago, Candace Owens has been digging for the truth. And let me tell you, this might just be the most straightforward case I've ever come across. The more Candace dug, the more lies came to light. With the receipts in hand, Blake is now scrambling to cover her tracks. The curtain's been pulled back, and what's been revealed has the potential to change everything. Stay tuned, because we're breaking it all down. And trust me, you won't want to miss this. Blake Lively has always been the darling of Hollywood, graceful, charming, and seemingly untouchable. But Candace Owens has just uncovered something far more calculated than we could have imagined.
We may have cracked the mystery, or at least we established a very crucial part of the puzzle, which I am told by Taylor Swift's team, or I guess not by her team, but like Taylor Swift's team tried to bury what I'm about to show you.
The official narrative portrays Blake as the victim, but in reality, she was playing a strategic game from the very start. And her target? Justin Baldoni. Candace has pieced together the timeline, and now that the full picture is out, there's no escaping it. Evidence points to the New York Times working on this story as early as October 2024. Blake thought she had everything under control, but the receipts paint a very different story. Now, she's in full panic mode. Her team is scrambling to shift the narrative, trying to bury her power moves, backdoor deals, and how she maneuvered her way into Baldoni's project. Instead, they're pushing the sympathy angle.
Blake Lively's PR team wants us to know that everything that's happening right now, it's hurting Blake's feelings. And I don't know if you guys have paused to consider that Blake's feelings might be getting hurt in all of this. Well, if it isn't the consequences of my own.
If this isn't the epitome of Nepo diva behavior, I don't know what is. Blake has lived the Hollywood dream, protected by privilege, shielded by PR, and shielded from any real consequences. But now, that safety net is gone. No one's swooning over her love story with Ryan Reynolds. No one's romanticizing her carefully curated fairy tale, because, let's face it, that's a Pandora's box in itself. Blake Lively's polished image is crumbling, and the lawsuit is hitting her and Ryan Reynolds hard. Not because they're victims, but because their secrets have finally been exposed. Let's be real. This is not the behavior you'd expect from someone who wasn't born into privilege. Blake is used to getting her way, and when things don't go according to plan, she plays the victim. But this time, Candace Owens has exposed just how calculated it all was. If their plan had succeeded, Justin Baldoni's career would have been wiped out. And this isn't the first shady move. They've played the perfect couple in public, while pulling ruthless strings behind the scenes. Their PR machine used to silence critics, but now the cracks are showing. At the Deadpool and Wolverine after-party, Ryan allegedly trashed Baldoni to a senior WME executive. Proof their vendetta wasn't just a random act, but they got too bold, and now they're drowning in lawsuits. Justin Baldoni's PR representative, Jed Wallace, is suing Blake for defamation, making this the fifth legal case in this chaotic situation. Experts predict Blake will fold under the pressure. It all started when footage emerged of Blake mistreating people. Rather than owning up to her actions, she flipped the narrative, blaming Baldoni, fabricating false accusations, and positioning herself as the victim. This isn't just another Hollywood rivalry. It's turned into a full-blown scandal. People may have overlooked her mean girl moments in the past, but framing someone to protect herself? That's a line even her fans can't ignore. Blake and Ryan needed a scapegoat, and Justin Baldoni became their target. But now, they're out of options, and the countdown to their downfall has officially begun. This time, Blake and Ryan tried their usual tricks in broad daylight. That civil complaint was so exaggerated, they assumed no one would catch on. But people did. Their goal? To pressure the New York Times into taking down Justin Baldoni, then resolve it quietly behind closed doors. But now, they're not just losing the PR battle, they're being sued for it. Crisis management expert Jed Wallace has officially filed a $7 million defamation lawsuit against Blake in Texas federal court. Why? because she falsely accused him of fabricating content to defame her. Wallace isn't playing Hollywood's game. He's fighting back to clear his name. Blake's own complaint claimed Wallace had spread fabricated content. Yet when she escalated her legal battle, his name was mysteriously omitted from the lawsuit. But the damage had already been done. His reputation was tarnished, and now Blake is facing the consequences. Wallace's lawsuit even points out Blake's admission. She had no proof to back up her claims. Meanwhile, Blake's lawyer, Michael Gottlieb, dismissed the lawsuit as a publicity stunt. But let's be real. If Wallace's case was so baseless, why did Blake erase him from her own filing? It reeks of damage control. And as for those calculated moves, Ryan Reynolds' Deadpool and Wolverine joke about Justin Baldoni? Not so random after all. Thanks to Candace Owens pulling receipts, it's clear this wasn't a spur-of-the-moment joke. It was part of a much larger plan. Just days ago, they were gaslighting the public into believing Baldoni was behind a PR attack. Now, Ryan is taking jabs at him in a multi-million-dollar movie? That's not a coincidence. It's a sign of desperation. Blake and Ryan tried to quietly destroy Baldoni, but now that people are paying attention, they're turning him into a public joke instead. But this time, no one's falling for it. Blake Lively couldn't even utter Justin Baldoni's name once in interviews, like Hollywood's version of, if we don't talk about him, maybe he'll just vanish. Meanwhile, Justin continued to show her respect, calling her a powerhouse of a performer. That's next-level bullying. They didn't just try to ignore him, they tried to erase him completely. Not only was he mocked in Deadpool and Wolverine, but A-list actors joined in on the humiliation. His colleagues invited to the premiere, only to watch him be publicly disrespected. And that's why this whole thing is backfiring. Blake tried to deflect attention from her own mess by dragging Justin into a legal battle. But now every single move she and Ryan make is being dissected in the public eye. Even after all of this, Justin still praised her. She's a creative force, a genius. Everything she touched, she made better. And yet, Ryan and Blake pushed him to the brink, even threatening a boycott unless he was sidelined. Then, on the same day, Ryan released a promo for It Ends With Us, featuring Hugh Jackman and others mocking Justin in a skit. Now that their scheme has been exposed, they're suddenly asking for sympathy? Please. Their real anguish isn't about public scrutiny, it's about losing their biggest shield, Taylor Swift. According to Candace Owens, Taylor isn't protecting Blake anymore. Instead, she's distancing herself, focusing on her own image. And what better way to do that than by throwing Blake under the bus? Taylor allegedly had no idea Blake had scheduled her arrival to coincide with Justin's departure. Blake even texted Justin afterward, calling herself Khaleesi and referring to Taylor and Ryan as her dragon. But now, Taylor's realizing Blake has been using her for years, name-dropping her, and even falsely claiming she cast actress Isabel Ferreira in a movie. TMZ reported that Taylor and Blake hugged it out. But let's be real, that reeks of a PR cleanup. Candace's sources say Taylor wasn't just a bystander in this drama. She was involved before it even went public. Proof. Taylor's song was featured in Justin's movie before everything went south, and rumors suggest she even got someone fired over it. And let's not forget, a meeting at Blake's NYC penthouse reportedly included Ryan and a mystery mega celebrity, obviously Taylor Swift, both praising Blake's script before the scandal blew up. Now, Taylor's trying to backtrack, rewriting her involvement, but the receipts tell a different story. Justin Baldoni's side checks out. He wasn't lying. If Taylor Swift wasn't involved, she would have denied it. So why is Blake panicking while Taylor shifts the blame? Because Taylor helped elevate Blake to stardom. And if Taylor's image is tarnished, Blake's career is in jeopardy. Taylor's not just protecting her reputation, she's avoiding legal consequences. A deposition isn't a song, it's under oath. And if Taylor's deeper in this mess, the fallout could be huge. Blake's reckless behavior was a ticking time bomb, and now Justin is countersuing her and Ryan for $400 million, with Taylor involved. She wasn't just a bystander, she helped shape the narrative. Blake tried to play the victim, but Candace Owens flipped the script. With Taylor stepping back and lawsuits piling up, Blake and Ryan are running out of options. How much worse can this get? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Is Blake getting what she deserves? Or can she turn it around? Like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. This saga is far from over.